Funny thing is, while this whole video is going down with Lil Baby and Quavo, supposedly that boy Offset got it in with security at a dispensary over an ID argument. So I guess they were asking Offset for ID, and Offset was probably like on some like, I ain't giving you my ID. TMZ supposed to hear Offset brawl with weed shop security. Nah. Offset wildin'. Rapper says guard spit in his face. Offset and his entourage plans to enjoy the legal California cannabis went up in smoke last night. A security guard is accusing the former Migos rapper of assaulting him and sending him to the hospital. Oh, nah, there's a lawsuit coming Offset's way. It says here, multiple sources tell TMZ Hip Hop that Offset and several other guys popped up at a popular dispensary, MedMen, LAX. Oh, I've been to MedMen. MedMen is like one of those dispensaries that they sell, bro. If you go to MedMen, you got money. Because MedMen only sells like, they got like regular bud there, but MedMen focus on all the exotic top shelf strains. Like eighth there, I went there, I spent there, I'll be honest with you, I bought like 2 eighths. I think I bought 2 eighths and I spent almost like $250, something like that. It was like $100 something an eighth after tax. Because that's another thing, the taxes in Cali is crazy. So it says here, multiple sources tell TMZ Hip Hop that Offset and several other guys popped up at a popular dispensary, MedMen LAX, at around 9:30 p.m. and a dispute arose over whether Offset presented ID prohibiting him by law from buying or even touching any marijuana products. Reps for Offset called the claims ridiculous. He had just gotten off a flight at the nearby airport, and identification is an obvious requirement to hop on a commercial plane. And they say ID was in his possession at the shop. Offset says he was in the process of presenting the ID when the security guard was aggressively rushing him, hawking spit in his face, causing a fight to break out. Offset, I'm gonna be honest with you. This sounds like this is not how the story went. Like, this sounds a little crazy, right? You're Offset. I understand, you know, obviously he probably has security. They're pulling up, you know what I mean? Like, Offset probably got a little upset because, you know, they was probably, you know, a lot of these celebrities, man, they feel entitled, bro. So somebody like Offset, he might be feeling a way like, I could just walk in here and not show my ID. I'm Offset. And security probably was treating him just like he treats anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, yo, listen, we need to see your ID. Offset was probably on some bullshit. Like, man, I ain't gotta show you shit. You know, yo, I'm gonna tell you something about these Migos, bro. They're aggressive, bro. And not even the Migos, any Atlanta rapper. That's just they way. You know, look at Lil Baby. They're like just, bro, they want to have it their way. You know what I mean? And it says here that, you know, from claiming from Offset that the security guard rushed him and spit at him. Like, that sounds crazy. You know what I mean? Like, just listen to what Offset says. Offset says he was in the process of presenting his ID. Every dispensary you go to, you cannot get in there if you don't have ID. And we know this. You know what I mean? You're not getting in there unless you show ID. I don't care who you are, bro. That's just how it rolls in these dispensaries. And then it says that Offset says that he was in the process of presenting ID when the security guard was aggressively rushing him. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, yo, hurry up. Maybe he said, like, bro, like, this is just things that happen in the normal world. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it don't matter who you are. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to treat you however they want to treat you. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like it happens to every single one of us. It doesn't matter. How many times don't we go places and we get treated unfairly? You may go to McDonald's. They might not want to give you, yo, let me get some barbecue sauce. They want to give you one barbecue sauce for a 20 piece. So you're here going back and forth with the person that works there over barbecue sauce. Like, it'd be the dumbest ish. But my point is that sometimes these celebrities think that they won't run into these issues because they're famous. And the sad truth is that some of these people, especially the security guards, they don't care who you are, bro. They're not here like, oh my God, it's Offset. Like, okay, I'm not going to do my job. No, bro. They're going to do their job the same way they do it with anyone else. I highly doubt. I'm sorry, Offset. This sounds very difficult for me to sit here and believe that this security guard got randomly upset at you. You know what I mean? And, you know, and just started, and he just spit on you. Like, this just sounds crazy, bro. And then you knocked my boy out. You know what I mean? You laid him out. Now you got to face a lawsuit. I don't know, bro. Like, I think you're being a little aggressive, Mike. If you ask me. If you ask me. You know what I mean? Which, that's how the Migos rock. Y'all remember how the Migos was moving when they sat down with Academics and Joe Buttons and they started arguing with Joe Buttons? Bro, they were about to beat Joe Buttons up in the middle of a complex, like, interview. Like, we know the Migos for moving like this. Always. It doesn't come at a surprise. But you kind of start asking yourself, all right, Offset, you know, you a little older now, my boy. You know, like, how old is Offset? Offset, let's see. Offset's 33 years old. Come on, man. Come on, my boy. You should know better. You should know better, my boy. You should definitely know better. You're 33, my guy. You understand what I'm saying? You should already at this age have some maturity in you. If you go someplace and they treat you unfairly or you feel like they ain't treating you right, bro, you're Offset. Get back in your whip and go elsewhere. Who cares? Tell your driver, drive down to the next dispensary. You're in California. There's a dispensary every half a mile. Literally. There's 24 hours. Yo, you don't even have. This is another thing. Offset was probably on some quick-ish. He got out the plane. Like, yo, I want to go grab some bud. But in California, you pull up to your airport. You pull up to your airport. You pull up to your hotel room. You take a shower. And by the time you're done, your bud is delivered. You know what I mean? Like, you can order that shit straight to your doorstep. That's how Cali is, bro. All they're gonna ask you is to send them a text with your picture. You send with your ID. You take a picture of your ID. You send it to them. Whatever dispensary, they're gonna be like, I bet what you want. Here's the menu. You know what I mean? Yo, let me get this, that. Deliver it right to your doorstep. That's how Cali is, bro. It says here, when more of MetaMan security got involved in the altercation, our sources say Offset punched the guard. And the guard dosed Offset and his entourage with mace. Police were then called to the scene and were told Offset and his team fled the scene. Paramedics were also dialed up, and the guard was transported to a local hospital after the attack. It's unclear what the extent of his injuries were. All right. So yeah, man, Offset, man, I would expect you, my brother, to know better at this age. You're 33 years old. You should not even be, I just don't get it. Like, if I'm Offset, bro, I'm not even getting out of the car to go into a dispensary. Like, if I'm that in a rush of some bud, like, I'm literally going to take and I'm going to tell my security guard, like, or my assistant or whoever I'm with, like, yo, run up in there and grab me this. But I understand. Sometimes you want the attention. You want to go in there. You're Offset. I guess I can.